In this video, I want to showcase the new features the RIGO add-on has. I made a few changes in the UI, but basically, if I select this object now, all this remains the same, but I added this vertex number, edge number, and face number. This is very useful for people that are very good in geometry node. So basically, it just showcases the number of each vertex, edge, and face. So if I select this object and say vertex number, I don't know if you can see it properly, but let me zoom out a bit. So this vertex is, the numbering is 1, the numbering is 3, the numbering is 7, the numbering is 5, and it goes on like that. And if you want to hide it again, just press it again and it hides it. And then we have the edge number, which shows the number of the edges. So this edge has a numbering of 8, this edge has a numbering of 11, this edge has a numbering of 5, and so on. Let's hide that, and then let's click on the other one, face number. So this just shows the number on the faces. So this face has a number of 2, this has a number of 3. You're going to see the usefulness of this later, but that's basically the only feature we added to this object info. Alright, so the next thing we want to check out is the armature information. Let me hide this back. Okay, now we have our armature, and let's go to edit mode. I'm not sure I added anything major here, but I just changed the UI. So if you want to have your snapping features, just click on this and then snap to world, snap to the head of the bone, similar to what we had in the last version, just a change of UI here. But where we actually added a lot of information is the pose mode. So I'll take it one after the other. Let's start from this panel, bone. So here we have the connected feature and the deform. So basically, if I move this bone right here, let's say in the edit mode, this is a connected parent. This is bone 3, this is bone 4. The parent is bone 3. So this is a connected parent. So if I don't want that to, instead of going back to this bone properties and then going to relation and just clicking this, I just brought everything into one place. So just click on connected. So that means it's no more connected here. So I can move this anyhow I want. Connected again, just like this. Same thing as deform. If I don't want this to be a deform bone, it's just to click on this and it's no more a deform bone. And if you want to do this for multiple objects, just select multiple bones, just select the 2 bones and just hold on alt key and just press deform. So now this is no more a deform bone, no more a deform bone. Same thing if I want to align, same thing if I want to make both deform again, just click on this, hold down alt and click on deform, and then both are deform again. Yeah, so that's the additional feature there. And then we have display as. So I can display this bone as a octahedral stick. You can display it as B bone. It doesn't change the other ones. Same thing, if you want to change it for the other one, just click on these 2 bones and say B bone. Hold on alt and say B bone. Yeah, same thing, hold alt stick. But if you just want to change it for the active bone, you don't need to hold alt. Just click on octahedral and then change it for the active bone. Yeah. Let's go back to octahedral. Then for the colors, so we have edit bone colors. You can change this to red, and then when you go to pose mode, since it's an edit bone color, it changes that automatically. But if you want to change it for the pose, you can just click on green. So if I go to edit mode, it's red, pose mode, it is green. Alright, so that's, and same thing, if you hold the alt button down, you can change it for multiple bones. So I can change this to hold alt button blue, right? And in the edit mode, hold alt button maybe, let's say white, let's say purple. Yeah, So that's how that works. Alright, so then we have axis. The axis in the previous version didn't have this feature, so I just added axis here. So now we can see the axis of each bone. Then we can actually change where we want it to be using this slider. Alright, now the next thing we want to check out is the custom bone shapes. Now the custom bone shapes I'm using here is not the one for the previous version. I decided to use this one because it's more comprehensive and it's more detailed. So this add-on is not by me, it's by Dixon, or let me say, let me search for this stuff here. Bone widgets. Alright, so his name is Dixon. But he also has another name I'm forgetting now. But yeah, that's his name, and it's a free add-on. So if you actually check out the add-on preferences of RIGO, you need to install this bone widget. You need to install it. So this is a link to install the bone widget. It will take you to this window. We have bone widget here, and you have to download the add-on and install it. So when you do that, you have this here. If you don't have it installed, it will prompt you to install it. So you just come to the add-on preferences and click on this to install so when you install it, it will appear. So you use it for your bone widget, and there are tutorials online on how to use this. So yeah, that's for the bone widgets. So if you click on this, it will tell you to install bone widget add-on by Blender Defender. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember, Blender Defender. Okay, so that's for that. Then post bone tools, I added a whole lot of features here. I think, yeah, same thing, just changes in UI. So you have your rename bones, your constraints and all. But then we have dump track. Okay, so let me go to the next armature here. Okay, so this is a basic chain. Okay, now dump track. So you know that feature where you have a tail and you want to rig the tail and you want it to move automatically. You have that dump track setup where you select this bone, and you say dump track, right? And then you do it again. You know, that's a very long process. But this feature does it automatically for you. So all you need to do is just select all the bones like this and just say dump track chain, and it sets up the dump track automatically. So you don't need to do much. Now if I rotate this, you can see that you have that feature already. Okay, and you can see that, let me open this a bit. So you can also play with the influence on each bone. You can play with the influence. For this last one, I'll change it to 0.85 just to have a more natural feel. So if I rotate this now, you can see it's very, very nice. Okay, now the downside for this dump track chain is that it does not have collision. So I added the feature where it has collision as well, but it's a different setup. So dump track cloth simulation. So what this does is, let me try and show you here. Let me delete this one, the one we don't need anymore. That's confusing. Okay, so same thing as before, just select everything, right, and say dump track cloth simulation. Okay, now when you click on that, it's generated a whole lot of things. First thing it generated is this RIGO strip. So this is a mesh, yeah, and then this mesh has, let me bring it out a bit. This mesh has a pin. It automatically generates a pin group for it. So this pin group is the we are selected. You can see that the pin group is these two vertices at the end. Very important. It does that automatically. You don't need to do anything else. It creates it by itself. The next thing it does is it adds a cloth simulation to this particular strip. So this is this cloth simulation. Okay. Now, for this to work, if you go to the armature again, notice that it now generated dump track constraint for each one, and it generates this geometry attributes. This is a new add-on in Blender, so I'm using this particular feature to make this work properly. So geometry attribute here right now is hidden for a very important purpose, because if it's not hidden, there will be confusion. Okay, so I made it hidden by default. And what we need to do now is to put the sample index, the number for each one. I'll explain what I mean now. Remember the first part of the video where I said this has edge number, vertex number, and all that stuff. Okay, now we're using the edge number alone. So let's click on the RIGO strip and say let's put an edge number there. Now we'll go back to the armature. Now for this one, let's go back. Now the edge number here is 0. Let me hide the 3D cursor. Okay, the edge number of this is 0, so this is correct. Yeah, 0. Let's move on to the next one. This edge number is 11, right? We just type in 11 here, right? The next one, the edge number is 23. Okay, select this bone, say 23. You want to target the head of the bone, not the tail. Okay, head of the bone. So this one is 23, so 23 for this. The next one is 35, so 35 for this one, 47 for this, right? 59 for this one. Now, so we are done. So that's all you need to do basically, and then we need to have like a collision here. So I already created this sphere object. So this sphere object, select it and add a collision physics to it. So just the collision, that's all you need. Alright, now I want to hide the edge number here again. Now we need to animate this particular strip, so let's add some animations to it. I'll drag this up. So I'll add a keyframe there. Let's go to frame 30, bring it here, add another keyframe, then frame 60 or frame 69. I'll bring it here, add another keyframe. I want to hold this keyframe a bit so as to rest, and then let's say at frame 162. I bring it here and maybe like down a bit more, and that keyframe. So now I have this animation for this RIGO strip. Now before we continue, let's now remember that our constraint is hidden, so we need to activate all the constraints. So just select all this, and I'm using my add-on here, constraint show all constraints. Yeah, so go back to object mode, select the strip, go to the physics tab. Now we want to bake this animation that we just did. You know, we are dealing with physics here, so we need to bake it. So just click on bake all dynamics, and because the strip is very fast in baking, so now if I play this animation right now, you can see the collision we are having. Alright, okay, now I'm going to hide the strip and just make sure this armature is activated and seen. Right. Now let's look at the results we have, because it adds collision to what we have. See, now the bone has collision. Right. So that's how this works. That's what you need to do. The more you do it, the faster it is. So this is a very fast process compared to when you're doing it manually. Alright. Let's continue. Now we showcase that. Let's go to this again. Okay. So the next thing I want to showcase here is what else? Yeah, bone utilities here. Now, for these bone utilities, you also need to install my RIGO extension add-on, which is here. So when you click on this link, it takes you to my Gumroad page and you download the extension. It's also free, but you need to have the add-on itself first for this to show up, right? So if you download this, it might not show up it might show up, I'm not sure, but it's free. When you have the RIGO add-on and you install this, it shows up here. So this is the extension you have to download. So it involves two add-ons. The first one is the custom properties. The second one is the smart bone F-curve renamer. Alright. So when you install this, there are two add-ons that you need to install. This is the rename. I'll show you how to use this, and then bone custom properties. Okay. So we want to showcase custom properties here. Now, copy custom properties. So let's say this bone has. Let me create two custom properties for this bone. Now, if you want this bone to also have the same custom properties, right? Just select this bone, and say bone utilities copy custom property. Okay. Now, if I select this bone now, see, now we have this custom properties there. That's just how it works. It copies the custom property of the active bone to the selected bone. Alright, the next thing is the mirror drivers. Okay, mirror drivers. Mirror drivers only works for symmetrical bones. So let's say I have let me delete this. Let me bring this to the left and auto rename to left and right and symmetrize. Right. So now we have the left bone and the right bone. If I enable symmetry, this works. So let's say I want this bone to control this bone. So let's say if I move this bone up in the y-axis, I want this bone to move in the x-axis. Alright. This works better if it's let's clear the parent. So if I move this bone in the up axis, I want this to move in the x-axis. Now just come to this, move this in. So right click on this on the Y, copy as a new driver, bring it here and paste paste driver. Okay. Now if I move this up in the y-axis, you can see. Now I want to do the same thing for this guy, but I don't want to do it again. What you do is that you select the bone that has the driver and click on bone utilities, mirror drivers. Okay, so now if I select this bone, it also has the drivers. Now if I move this bone up, okay, it also does the same thing. So if I select both of these bones now, then the next thing is the make shape sticky. Okay, now if I move this in pose mode, you can see that this bone shape is not sticking to the mesh itself, and this might actually get confusing if you have a lot of bones. So the way this works is I'll just go to edit mode. All you need to do is just to duplicate this bone, and there's this new feature in Blender where if I release this, it automatically names the bone itself, right? But if I don't want to do that, yeah, just Shift D, duplicate it, and hold Shift. Just hold Shift before you either release. So if you hold Shift and do left click or right click, it maintains the .001. So that's just a simple tip there, right? So I can name this to sticky, right? Now that's what you need to do. You can scale it down a bit, and I don't want it to have bone shape, so just come here and clear bone widgets. Alright, now this is what we need to do to make this sticky. There are quite a number of processes you have to do. So again, this does it automatically for you. So all you need to do is just to make sure that this option is off, right? Now select your mesh, select this bone, the sticky bone, and select this and press this button, make shape sticky. But before we do that, we need to tell this feature here that which vertex do you want this bone to follow. All right. Now I'll select this this mesh. Now this vertex group is already selected, so I'll select it, come here, create a new vertex group, and name it sticky. Okay. And then assign this vertex group to sticky. Assign. Now it's also very important that what is sticking to the vertex group, it does not have a deform option, right? So just click on deform. Good. Now for the final step, just select the mesh, select the sticky bone, select the main bone, and just say make shape sticky. That's all. If I select this bone now, it's actually sticking to the mesh, as you can see. So that's what you need to do. So now I can hide this bone and you have a sticky bone. Yeah, so that's basically all the new features I added there. And the next thing we want to look at is the lock and unlock bones. Same thing, just a change in UI. So this XYZ, you know, that's how it works. Alright, so let me show how to use our next feature, which is the rename bone across actions. So going back to the first animation we have these two animations that I've made for this bone. So this is the first animation. Let me hide this. Now I have more room. Okay. Now this is the first animation. Yeah, that's action 1. Then action 2 is this. So there's one thing I noticed in Blender where when you have an animation already, and then you have multiple animations across multiple actions. This is action 1, action 2. Yeah. When you change a bone name, let's say I change this bone from bone 3 to, let me say, bone C. Yeah, something like that. Now I still have my animation working properly. It changed the name here in this bone summary. But if I go to the second action, okay, it does not change the name in the second action, which means you have to rename the bone for each action, which will take a long time. So let's say you have like 50 actions here. So how will you change the name of one bone across all the actions you have? That's the reason why I have this add-on here. So let's undo that. Yeah. So we have this first animation and we have this second animation like this. Okay. So what we want to do is that we want to change the name of this bone 3 to another bone entirely. So when you select the bone, you can see that I have bone 4 here. You just lose the name. Okay. Now I want to change this bone name to, say, yeah, something like this. So I want to change this bone name to this bone name. So when you rename all F curves, just click on that. Boom. Now it changes the name here, as you can see. So we are still have our animation for action 2. If you go to action 1, it's still the same. We still have our animation properly done. So you don't need to go through all the actions to be changing your bones. So this changes it for all the actions. So you can change your bone names as much as you want. You know. Now we have this. Now we can change it to something else too. Now let's change it to like CCVV, whatever, and just rename it across all F curves. You are not losing your animation across all the actions. Do you understand? So that's how this works. Okay, so the next one here is the bone custom properties. So like I said before, you need to have the add-on installed. Now you want to quickly access these bone custom properties. All you need to do is just to press V, and then you can easily change it. So it's bring this pop-up here, and you can easily change your bone custom properties stuff. So if you have drivers linked to this is a very quick way to access it. So just select the bone that has a custom property. You know, this does not have, this doesn't have, this or this. Okay, this also has. So just press V. And you can also change the hotkey in the add-on preferences. So if you don't want it to be V, just click on this and just change it. So I'll keep it V. Yeah. So that's basically all the features I added for this. I'm not sure if I've showed all, but I think I have. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, so that's basically how to like use this add-on, the updates for the add-ons. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I use this add-on for my rigs, like I said before. It's a very useful add-on. I've had good reviews, all good reviews actually, so I'm very glad that you guys are enjoying it. So thank you very much. Enjoy.